the Republicans nominated as their vice president a populist hero. He has a beard and a mawmaw. So clearly he is for the working man. And he has said, this is, I'm going to read you a quick quote. "We're done, ladies and gentlemen, catering to Wall Street. We'll commit to the working man." That was the Republicans at their convention. Have the Republicans told their judges or legislatures or think tanks of this new switch to economic populism? Because it doesn't seem that the policies and court decisions that have been rendered these past, I'm going to go with 50 years, have gone along with the populist route. Everybody is talking about Project 2025 and what that's going to mean to the country and what are the things that the Republicans might institute. I want to talk about Project 1980 to 1984. We had a labor economy. Reagan came in and deregulated Wall Street and many of the other corporate entities, and we have since shifted to an investment economy. The labor economy is now an investment economy, and people that invested, people that are in finance, people that are in equities, did really well over these last 50 years, but labor has been left behind.
So Donald Trump and J.D. Vance talk a good ballgame. They talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. The Republican Party doesn't walk the walk. The judges they've appointed to the Supreme Court and other courts, are quite anti-worker, very anti-union. And there's a recent study saying that the 3 Trump appointees to the Supreme Court are the most pro-business justices over the last century of 57 judges surveyed.
And when we say pro-business, we would assume the counterfactual, which is anti-labor.
Yes, anti-labor. There was this crazy decision where Amazon workers have to wait 15, 20, 25 minutes at the end of their shift to have their bags checked to see whether they've taken anything improperly. And the Supreme Court ruled that they're not to be paid for that 15, 20, 25 minutes. That's not part of their workday, which I think is just one of many anti-worker decisions that comes out of the Supreme Court.
So they have, at Amazon, you got that half-hour cool-off period where they're scanning you like at the airport, like a TSA person, but you're not paid for that.
Donald Trump, says, "I'm for the nation's forgotten men and women," but he didn't raise a finger to increase the minimum wage. He says he's all for coal miners, but his administration actually weakened, standards for safety for coal miners. He said, I'm fighting hard for coal miners, yet the number of mining jobs dropped by 25% when he was president. He wants to kill Obamacare, which would be a major, major drag, for many working families. It would throw them off of health coverage. It would raise prices.
Yeah, people actually like the government that Biden has put in place. And I think Tim Walz, the governor of Minnesota, has been really articulate about this in the last couple of weeks on, his round of the talk shows. But I think there's a really important piece here, which is the way the parties are talking about economic populism, which tends to focus in the Democratic side on economics and on the Republican side on culture. And it's taken a while for people like Biden to get to the point where they're not just saying, hey, we're going to help the little guy, but also saying, and we're going to tax those people at the very top.
Right.
And you saw FDR do a similar shift, and you're seeing a lot of Americans, I think, who were in the group of people who were in trouble in the 1980s and forward, getting to find their own voices, in part thanks to the rise of the internet and the ability to go around the gatekeepers that really managed to highlight the Republican story about America for 40 years and to silence the populist story. Now you're seeing the populist story, and on the one hand, some people have become virulently sexist and racist, and that's the story that they're clinging to. And some people are saying, no, we can rebuild this country in a new, exciting way.